Now, my internet is not very stable. Is it better now?
This is
Esther,
basically us doing foot drills.
Yeah,
Always lag.
issue is my internet okay? Edward, can you please turn on your camera? Today we are going to go through with 3 groups, okay? So later we'll break you into the breakout room groups. And before that, Edward, please kindly turn your camera. Unless you got some problem, please let me know. If not, I'll keep asking you to turn on your camera. Okay, let's go to the lesson proper. All right, good evening, everybody. So today we're going to talk about, why cannot move on? Okay, thank you, Edward. Okay, so remember last week, I think our dear friend is not here, right? Ipo. Okay, so today we're going to talk about what is teamwork and go into breakout rooms. And we're going to talk about the stress again. Next week, we'll see what we're going to talk about, maybe global sustainability.
Wait, so we're going to talk about teamwork in teams.
Wait, yeah, I want to see how it works. Okay, so what is SMART? I think you know already. Later, you're going to use it in your draft A, and I mean your draft, okay, using SMAR. Oh my goodness. Okay, then you remember, use your fist pop. Okay, inside your draft later, I'm going to give you the rules and regulations later on. Okay, so this is the fist pop. So it's best that I think Han Ling used the fables to start off with his essay, idiom, similes, proper occupation and places. Now, SMRT stands for the setting, the main characters, the atmosphere, the reader, and of course the title, right? Now next, this is the homework, right? Okay, let's go through the homework. Just to recap what we had done last week. Ipo, you have to give me your, hello Ipo, you have to give me the homework because yours, yours is the different types of transportations, okay? So let's look at our dear friends. The first one will be, here we go. Han Ling, huh?
Teacher, just now your image froze. You're stuck in this position.
Okay. I'm saying that we are supposed to do this homework and hand in your homework with a 300 words essay, right? Okay, remember? Okay, each one already 2 weeks ago before Chinese New Year, that is 27th of January, before we go for a break for Chinese New Year, you guys are supposed to hand in the homework for this. But after Chinese New Year, nobody's still handing the homework except Esther and Yufan. So I think if you look through the video last week, you know that we went through Esther and Yufan's homework. So Han Ling, just for a quick one to recap, this is how Han Ling start for his compositions. Han Ling, will you mind read to the class, please?
Someone once said, do you eat to live or live to eat? To many of us, food isn't just a necessity for survival. It is something we enjoy eating in the process. There's a certain flavor in this what we are naturally drawn to and we enjoy the most. That is our favorite food.
So you see, I forgot to tell you last week when I was looking through all your essay. If you say, do you eat to live or live to eat? So which one is more important? Of course, you eat to live, right? You don't live to me. If you want to live to eat, it's a bit different. I think I want to eat to live rather than to live. To live, I want to go and eat. So at this part here, the sentence, how are you going to complete it? So Han Ling, how are you going to complete it? Get me now. Okay, so in my opinion, it is good that you eat to live and enjoy life with variety of foods. Whereas if you want to live to eat, that is a bit different. You live, in order to live, you want to eat something. I feel, no, some people will agree to live to eat, but I prefer eat to live. That's for me. So that's a good start, your heading for introductions. All right. Thank you, Han Ling. So you have to continue from here. I expect you to complete this essay. Edward, your turn, Edward. Edward, your turn. Will you mind read the class, Edward? Am I freezing? No, Edward.
Whoa, what was that?
Why the hell is someone playing Genshin?
That sounds like Paimon. Hold up.
Edward, will you mind read to the class?
Maybe because it is.
Edward, will you mind read to the class, please? Edward.
He's like there, but not mentally there.
Edward, can you hear me? Haning, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Can you help me to type to Edward, say, can you read? Because I'm standing up, I want to invent. Haning, can you help me to send the message to Edward to tell him, please read the passage? Edward, can you read to the class, please? My favorite food? Okay, no reply leh. What happened?
He said he can't do on mic.
Huh?
It's in chat.
Yeah.
It's in chat.
Yeah, he
Did I
turned
share
on my.
with you all? Did I share with you all right? I share, right? Can you type a message for me? How come I cannot share? Where's my share? Oh,
No, like,
oh,
no,
sorry,
like
sorry.
it's in chat. He said I can't on mic.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, sorry. Now is it that now that I see the message because I got 3 screen. Sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. Edward, sorry. I just Ipo, can you help to read to the class, please?
My favorite food is definitely the Chinese hot pot. It's my favorite food as it tastes really good and comes with lots of combination like lamb and beef. I eat hot pot on special occasions such as Chinese New Year or on my birthday. I will get excited whenever I smell the fragrant smell of the appetizing hot pot.
So this is a starting. This is the introductions for Edward to show that why he choose food as one of his favorite items, especially Chinese hot pot. 火锅,
Another reason, which I continue to read.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and another reason why hot pot is my favorite food is because while hot pot, I can actually view the process of the meat and vegetables slowly being cooked. I find the process very satisfying and fulfilling when I put the tender meat into my mouth. Most of the time, I eat hot pot at a restaurant and seldom at home. While eating the hot pot, it is also a good time for the family to talk and bond. When my relatives come to my house to eat hot pot, the atmosphere is very lively and cheery.
Well done. Okay, Edward. I think this is the two. Okay. So Edward, Ipo, later you have to give me your introductions as well. Okay. Yufan, your conclusion, Yufan. So Ipo, you can start thinking of how to start your introductions. Because Ipo, your introduction is this one. Your essay is this one. Okay, your essay is this one. Which type of transportation do you think is the best? Okay, can you take a picture or highlight it? Okay, so this is your. Ayo, my mouse. What's wrong with my mouse? I think my battery is weak. Okay, Ipo, this is your questions. So what you can prepare, you can do multitasking. Do you find your turn, please?
In conclusion, nowadays, advanced technology makes our life more convenient and slowly become part of our life. With one click on the screen, we can have thousands of answers that we want to know in a split second. Technology surely works better for me and for the world as well.
So instead of it makes our life more convenient and slowly become part and parcel. Okay, write down, Yufan. Part and parcel of our lives. Esther, your turn.
In conclusion, I think there are definitely more pros
than cons. Carry on, Esther.
This is because walking will improve their mental and physical. This is because walking will improve their mental and physical health and make them feel more refreshed.
Oh, okay. Because you're lagging, right? Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. You all agree, because I only hear bit by bit. Anyway, okay, we're done already. Tian Yu, your turn. Your introductions.
Okay,
Can
food.
you also start with fables also?
Food.
Okay.
One man's trash, another man's treasure. Why, you may ask? Well, for most people, we tend to buy a lot of food and waste a lot. However, to the less fortunate, they consider even a small piece of bread a treasure. Food is something we enjoy. Everyone has different favorite food. Mine being hot.
I think I really agree with you. A piece of bread is also a treasure, I tell you. Especially during the 7 days when I was COVID-19 positive, quarantine at home. Most of the time I've been eating bread. Wow, so I find it bread is really 可以不只是止那个hunger but also 可以 really like quite like waited for like something like marvelous food like that. Something that like better than 佛跳墙 that kind of stuff. Okay, thank you. Back to you, Yishi. Yishi, your turn.
I'm a person who loves to eat, and I like to eat every single type of food, whether it is Western, French, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnam, Thai, or others. I all love it. But what's my favorite among all is not famous dishes like beef Wellington, cutlet, ramen, Buddha's temptation, or tom yum soup. And
Inglorious.
Sorry?
Dish 就是不说很出名的啦就是好像那个街边小吃那种。Okay, in the way, carry on.
Inglorious dish that not known by many. Oil gluten stuffed with meat. Basically meatball in oil gluten.
How it looks like, maybe, okay, guys, you have to complete this essay. The next time I will not put this in already. So this is a reminder that you have written last week. Yibo, within about 10 minutes or so, they give me this one. Very good. So this is to test you how, and then Esther and Yifan, because you already complete the essay, but I find the conclusion is not very good. Not very good, not very to the standards I expected. So I asked them to rewrite and they give me much better one. So Yibo, are you ready to give me yours?
Sure, I am typing right now.
Okay, we shall wait for you then. All right. So meanwhile, waiting for Yibo, we go for a commercial break, okay? And when we right back after the commercial break, we will listen to Yibo. Okay.
So what are you gonna promote? What are you gonna promote?
No lah, just kidding. Okay, now, this is your team later. Look here. Okay, Esther and Yifan, you'll be team B. All right. So while I'm going to send you to the breakout room. So can you, Edward, can you show me a thumbs up because I think your camera may be bad, Edward. So later you have to join Han Ling and Tian Yu. Okay, Edward, you show me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Or you type, okay, don't mind. So Yibo and Yishu, you'll be one team talking about stress. So when I say others, so you guys are the Set 3 students, the two of you. So I expect you to come out something more unique and special. What kind of stress are we talking about? Okay, so Tian Yu and Han Ling, Edward, you all can start thinking about stress on study. So how?
Hey, that's easy.
So you have to do something like that. You have to like go for this example. It's the same for the whole class. Okay, the whole class all have to use that smart. So later, I don't know how you go and arrow yourself. Who is the team leader? In fact, everyone supposed to do the presentation. Okay. So of course, if you are a bit difficult, you don't understand what it means. So I give you a hint. You can use something like that. Like, so what is study stress? Then, and then how, okay? So Yibo, once you're done already, okay.
I sent the chat.
Okay, yeah, sorry, give me a minute. So you guys can start thinking. I'm going to copy and paste Yibo answer to the group now, to the homework here. Yibo, are you ready to read to the class, please?
Okay. Cars, bicycles, planes, and trains. I mistyped. I missed a we there. As we look back at the history, we can glance upon the invention of many life-changing transportations. In modern society, we often find ourselves hustling from places to places. The various types of transport ready available on our hands make it hard to choose from. So, which is the best of the best out of these pinnacles of mankind creation? For me, is the MRT.
Well done. Pinnacles are one of the best, which is the top of it.
Okay.
Now, if you want to put MRT, if you want to put MRT, you have to put the full form, mass rapid transport, then you bracket MRT.
Wasn't it mass
later
rapid
on
transit?
the whole mass rapid transit, yeah, correct, not transport, sorry. Mass rapid transit. So you have to write MRT all the way for your essay, okay? All right, okay. Now, before we go back to break up the groups, we were going to talk a bit more. Let me say first in case you're gone. So Yibo, this is your introduction. So I expect you to hand in your 300 essay homework, okay? Hopefully by this week or by end of this month. Because after end of this month, I will not ask you again. Because as long as your homework is with this month, I will keep chasing you. Okay, but in fact, this one is actually January homework. Okay, it's not March February homework. Okay, but because we have 1 week break. Okay, let's go back to, let's talk about stress. Before we break up into the groups of 3 and talk about your stress in studies, stress in family, and stress in others, now let's identify negative thinking. Not sure if your self-talk is positive or negative, some common forms of negative self-talk. So please, if you encountered anything that is negative or say 是了是了我完蛋了明天有 test 我还没有读怎么办 then you should not have this kind of mentality, okay? You must, thank you, mute your mic. So it's better to not sure if you, these are the few. Edward, are you able to talk now? Edward, are you able to use your mic?
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay, never mind. So can you talk? Can you talk about the first one, filtering?
Okay, filtering. Yeah, magnify the negative aspects of a situation and filter out all the positive ones. For example, you had a great day at work. You completed your task ahead of time and were complimented for doing a speedy and thorough job. The evening you focus thorough job. That evening you focus only on your plan and do even more tasks and forgot about the compliment you received. Can I continue? Personalizing. When something bad occurs, you automatically blame yourself. For example, you heard that an evening out with friends is cancelled and you assume the change of plan is because no one wanted to be around you. Catastrophizing?
Yes, catastrophizing, it means catastrophe, catastrophizing. 就是 it's going down to the downhill. That means 一个结局的 ending, very bad ending. It's like a very bloody, sad. That means the hero died, that kind of things.
Okay. Yeah, automatically anticipated the worst. The drive-through coffee shop gets your order wrong and you automatically think the rest of your day will be a disaster. Polarizing.
So you anticipate the worst. Catastrophizing, it means one time I start the day with a bad day, I get out of the bed on the wrong side. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be catastrophic for the rest of the day. 就是我今天的整个planning 就是完蛋。Carry on. Polarizing.
Okay, polarizing. You see things only as good or bad. There is no middle ground. You feel that you have to be perfect or you're a total failure.
So yeah, means you are deciding, okay, let's talk about filtering. So out of these four, I think the C, the categorizing is the worst. Now, filtering means you filter these things like, you people, hey, Tian Yu, you are very good, you've done a good job, but you don't bother, you keep continue working, and then you ignore the compliments. You think that, oh, this compliment is not actually good one, it's a very sarcastic compliment. I think you want me to continue to do it, things like that. This is very negative thinking. Personalizing means that you automatically bring yourself like, yeah, I think Tian Yu and Han-Ling and Yi-Bo and Edwards, Yi-Shi don't like me. Don't want to go out and eat with me. What's wrong? Is it because I just now say something wrong to one of them and then Han-Ling purposely tell the rest don't go and eat with me? I think you have one. You should have this kind of friends in your school one. Definitely have one. Okay, you know why? Because they come from a family like that. They are brought up like that, so they will have this kind of personalizing. Okay, the third one is the worst, where you say every time they are very superstitious, 很迷信Yifan. He's so superstitious and he's so like suddenly do you know you cannot walk under the ladder, you cannot break the glass, you know, right? You know that 于凡，如果你打破一个镜子你会那不是你如果那个人打破一面镜子你会摔7年呢 ，you will bad luck for 7 years。Very sad Seriously， 这个是老外的说法。Then if you walk under the ladder or if you see a black cat or you did something, this is a bad omen， 不祥的预兆 ，OMEN。OK， 所以他一起来，如果他看到不该看的东西他们今天就不出去。好像 take for example children Esther and Edward, all of you imagine 一个赌博的人他一出门看到和尚他今天不会去赌博去打麻将很奇怪的。OK， this is their belief。OK， 他如果他是一个赌鬼他一出门下楼看到一个和尚还是个尼姑he will turn back and go away already. He will not gamble. Okay, this is a belief and he will be negative thoughts Okay, so sorry, 医师。
和尚或者什么？
尼姑难。
尼姑。尼姑
他就掉头就不要去赌博了。I'm not sure I'm not a gambler, I don't know Some people in the 这个是那个 Under the Ladder 跟 Black Cat 还是 Friday the 13th 这是西方人的迷信 negative thinking, self-blaming。东方人的迷信就是说怎么讲，好像你们过年不可以打破东西，不可以扫地啦，要守岁啦 all these kind of things whether you believe or not， 宁可信其有不可信其无sometimes these are things is beyond. But this is like 习俗, a traditional value. Later you will learn in Set 3, Set 4 about culture. But then again, you have to think this is yourself. If you are going for exam, imagine if you see a lucky bones and a Y-shaped bone, or you suddenly see a shooting star at night, then you 许愿流星许愿. Maybe you think you can, then doesn't mean you 许愿tomorrow you know to go study already, you can pass your exam. This is a bit ridiculous, correct or not? Correct. Then you keep waiting at the sky and look at the shooting star, man. So polarizing is like something that you are standing on the side. You are not thinking which one is good or bad. That means you do not have your 你没有那个怎么讲you do not have your own self thoughts. No, that's not a good word. You do not have your own your judgment, correct? You don't have your own judgment. 你没有你自己的主见。So you just like okay 咯，跟着风水走 which is not very good. So all these are the negative thoughts that I hope you guys should not have it. This month we are talking about stress. So later we will see whether you can use this in your stress in study, stress in family, and Yi-Shi and Yi-Bo, you guys are going to come up another new stress. What is the stress? Now, very simple. Just listen before I forget. So if team A were to present, team B and team C, you have to give them marks. Okay? So Esther, you and Yifan go and decide who is the leader. Okay? Then Yi-Bo and Yi-Shi, you guys can decide. Okay? So if Han-Ling, Edwards, and Tian Yu present, let's say 10 marks. Okay? So you think, okay, they are so, then you give 5 marks. If you think they are good, 10 marks or 9 marks. Then we'll add all the marks in. Okay? Then after team B present, team A and team C will give mark to team B. Then after team C present, team A and team B will also give. So what happened if there's a tie? So imagine that team A and B also got 30 marks, 30 marks. Then Uncle Raymond will come in to decide, okay, to 做和事佬. Will place the mediator and say, oh, I think team B is a winner. Example, then I will explain why. Okay, so later on, can you hear me? Honey, can you hear me? Because it showed me my Wi-Fi is
I don't
unstable.
want to unmute my mic.
No, because my Wi-Fi is unstable. It showed me my Wi-Fi unstable. So later you have to let me know. Now,
Right.
Focusing on the positive thinking is very important. Esther. Can you read, please?
Oh wait, from where? Oh. You can learn to turn negative thinking into positive thinking. This process is simple, but it does take time and practice. We are creating a new habit after all. Here are some ways to think and behave in a more positive and optimistic way.
Okay, stop. Now, opposite of positive is negative. Opposite of optimistic is pessimistic. So from now on, I would like to say this. You don't tell yourself, my result is very bad. My CCA is cannot make it. My my history or my geography or my social study is really cannot make it. It's very bad. Instead of saying all these things, you should say, I think I'm not strong in my social study. I need to improve. I think I'm not strong in my math. I think I need to do more practices. I think my CCA, my coach say that I'm not good at, instead of say I'm very bad. So use words that positive word. Like good, it means I'm not good enough. I'm not perfect enough. I'm not to the expectation of the coach enough. Rather than say I'm good, I'm very bad. I'm the worst player in the whole team. I can't make it. I'm going to die. I'm sure going to lose. I'm going to have no hope. So don't use this kind of negative words. The more you use negative words, you are inviting all the bad karma, the bad the bad sign, the bad ions to your body. So you have to bring it up. Okay, correct or Ipo? Why correct what? Correct what?
You're gonna say Dao. You're gonna attract all the Dao.
No, I think it's enough is enough that we have always trained ourselves. It's not right. I think nobody want to fail in life, to be honest. Nobody want to be the last in the class. Why some students are last in the class? There are 1,001 reasons that is last in the class. Like nobody want to.
But there's only one reason that you're first in that class.
Why? What's the one reason?
Oh wait, why you weren't gonna
Because
say
you're
that?
the only one in the class.
Okay, Esther, carry on the first paragraph, then followed by Yishi, the second and third paragraph.
Identify areas to change. If you want to become more optimistic and engage in more positive thinking, first identify areas of your life that you unusually think negatively about, whether it's work, a daily commute, or a relationship. You can start small by focusing on one area to approach in a more positive way.
Exactly. Exactly. You cannot take a big step. You see, Rome is not built within 1 day, correct? Not? Or 6 days. Rome is built within how many years? Great Wall of China did not build within 1 month. It built many, many years. To build the majestic and the very elegant and the most historical 7 wonders, it took many dynasties, in fact, to extend the Great Wall of China. The efforts to put in. Qin Shi Huang built Great Wall of China. He never had the negative thoughts. 对吗，怡轩？你 agree 吗？每个人都是蛮 ，sorry，
身份不允许
啊？
对，因为他身份不允许。
啊，身份不允许，对不起，我听成什么？你看啊，秦始皇啊 ，he's very ambitious 啊。Not only he want to capture the 6 country into 1 country, unified China. But he also, because after unifying, I think he has the love of his people. that he after 我打出来的江山，我不可能一手捧给别人，给那些barbarians. So I need to build a fortified strong wall to protect, to hinder, to prevent this as an obstacle. So you see, and even though no general will dare to tell him, 皇上不可能做到。Even 他要拿仙丹，你懂后羿射日了 ，okay? Yes, he will never believe. I think in his dictionary, he never believe it's not impossible. He always think that is possible. Okay, he has a you know, this type of people, it's like 1 in 1,000 million come out. These type of people like Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, all these people, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, all these are maybe 100 million. Then you see this kind of genius come out, and when this genius at work, they never give up. Right? Agree not? Can you? Agree not, Esther and Edward? You see, Thomas Edison never say, oh, cannot. They even tell the reporter that I did not fail 9,999 times. I used 9,999 ways to find the right ways to start a light bulb. 对吗, Ishwan? 对吗, Ivan? Right? So if this today you do this method, you cannot. You don't give up. You do another method. You do another method. A lot of people are Igbo. Before I was tuition, before I was a teacher, I got full-time job. 我记得我的大儿子出世的时候I took out 10 jobs. I took out 10 jobs. Seriously. So people say, you know, all jacks of trades make none. 对吗? All jacks of trade make none 就是你做这么东西，你到头来是一无所有还是一场空。I don't take it, no. I don't care what other people say about me. But do you know, until today, I live up to 50 years, all these 累积的经验, and now if I want to start the business, I can write a book. Correct? I can write a book of the experience. So guys, if someone will tell you, Ipo, you clown, you stupid clown, you do this type of thing, you just say thank you. You don't no need to go and quarrel with them. Because this guy will say to you, Ipo, it's either he's jealous of you, 对吗? Or he look down on you. If the person were to support you, he will support you. Say, Ipo, I know it's a bit impossible, but I think I trust you can do it. Right? You see, the whole world can against you, Ipo. But your parents will definitely support you. Unless you don't go and tell your parents, Daddy, Mommy, 我要做一件很轰轰烈烈的大事。什么事？我要去杀死总统。我要去杀死总统。一凡 I think 你坐那个椅子，如果你孩子跟你这样讲，你坐在那个椅子掉下来，对吗？如果于凡你儿子说，妈咪，我要做一个轰轰烈烈的事，什么事？我要做 rocket 去木星，你不要吓到牙齿掉下来哦。现在
that one's still okay. No, chill, that one's still okay. Like the worst thing 我要当下一个那个 H 开头的那个
Hitler.
You don't remember Hitler's name?
No, what's wrong with Hitler? Actually, the Germans like him.
Nazi German.
Not really, right?
He's wrong to kill people, but it's not wrong to bring out Germany successful again.
Correct.
Just fun fact, do you know Dragon is funded by
它是正确的。
等一
世界
下，
上没有绝对的正确和错误，只有立场关系。
一波你要讲什么？
Sure, fun fact, Volkswagen is founded by the Nazi Party.
Founded what?
Volkswagen, like the car brand, is founded by the Nazi Party. Coca-Cola is also like funded by like the Nazi Party.
You realize without Hitler today, Germany will be not so strong. True or not? You see, without Mao Zedong, today China may not be so strong also. Even though honestly, I don't like Mao Zedong. This is very political. We are not to go against these type of things. Okay, but you have to respect his way of doing things to make China to be great again, to make China to fight against the Japanese during the World War II. So you see, 所谓公说公有理，婆说婆有理。It's a different way of saying. But no matter how, you realize all these leaders, they always don't want to have negative. Even those last minute, they always want to identify how to change for the better, not for the worse. Nisha, next 2 points, please.
Check yourself. Regularly during the day, stop and evaluate what you're thinking. If you find that your thoughts are mainly negative, trying to find a way to put a positive spin on them. Be open to humor. Give yourself permissions to smile or laugh, especially during difficult times. Seek humor in everyday happenings. When you can laugh at life, you feel less stressed.
I think 我很喜欢周星驰的戏OK， 周星驰的 I think 你大家都懂是谁你懂谁是周星驰吗
Let me just Google real quick.
You know who is 周星驰吗 Esther?
Why does he sound like he's from China?
No. Esther, you know who is 周星驰 no?
Yeah, I think so.
Korean singer. Korean singer.
No lah, Korean singer 有 hit
Yeah, random guessing.
Ivan,
bro. That's so
Ivan, 你
far.
应该懂谁是周星驰OK， 他是一个喜剧之王大王来的。You realize and also this Robin Williams he also recently few years ago he killed himself. He's also one of my favorite actors and Jim Carrey. Sometimes their life is very miserable, but they have to make people, the audience to laugh and make audience to enjoy the movie. This is something that is really 最高境界 the top of the professionalism. Not easy to humor. Imagine sometime the person, their family member pass away, and then they still have to put on a smile and entertain because of professionalism. Sometimes you have to check yourself to say that, okay, even though I'm very negative, I still have to counsel a few people who are about to commit suicide. Even I have a thought of committing suicide, but I have to persuade them not to do it. I have to tell them, you see, committing suicide is the wrong way to do it. So you see, 人在江湖身不由己 This is where when you are in life, you walk the talks, and you have to show that you must have a very good lifestyle. Guys, you know about last year, sorry to mention, you remember the River Valley case?
Yeah.
The hacking
yes.
one.
Yes. The heck.
I think the person who got hacked and the person who got
who used to hack. Yeah.
And then there's recently a group of girls go and kick another girl. Do you know that?
Yes, that one also.
The car park incident.
I tell you, if I'm the girl, the beautiful daughter's father, no, one of my students asked me, I know this is recording, I'm a policeman, I should not say this, but I hate bully. Imagine Han Ling, okay, imagine if you get kicked by someone, I tell you, I won't talk to them. I'll go there, I'll kill them. My students say, wow, Uncle Raymond, you're so violent. This is
kill?
Me, I'm so sorry.
Actual kill or like as in like joking kill?
No, seriously, I will kill them. Kill as in really destroy them out of the surface of the earth.
Sure, this might get demonetized on YouTube.
I cannot take it seriously. I cannot take it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I know I'm wrong to say that, but I have to control myself. But I'm telling you the truth. I hate to tell you the truth, but this is my truth. Okay, because when I was young, I was being like that, kicked by people before. I'm telling you the truth.
May I know what happened?
Okay, 我的名字叫宋宗翰，前面的怎么读？
宋。
Know what I mean? Issue. How you feel when somebody call you the name, the first two, and then you say you curse your father, die, you're an idiot, you're a bastard, 一番，你明白吗？你懂我那种感受吗？几千支刀杀死你那种感受 ，very sad That was being bullied every time Then 我不要玩的时候you will beat me out. You will squeeze my balls or kick me. Seriously, no. Ibo. No, don't laugh. Yes. I will remember that. Seriously.
That's illegal. Like that's considered like.
And it's one. I'm the only one being beaten up by 7-8 person. So you got phobia already. So you see, I got psychological affected already. I'm seriously. You see? Now you understand why, right? So, I mean, of course, I will control but you see, like last year, my younger son was being bullied also. right? I also control, but is this too much, you see? But sometimes you have to think why the other girl kicked that side. Maybe the beautiful girl might say something or leak out some secret. Okay, she is a big mouth. So you have to always have the two sides of the coin, okay? So that's why you say check yourself. It's not easy, children. Like my case like that, when I was young, it's not easy. Last time, you see, when my age, we do not have full-time counselor. And then when you tell teacher, the teacher also don't support you. Okay, can you imagine the group of students was saying vulgarity? Then I just say, hey, why you say this word? Then they all gang out and say, I'm the one who say. You as a discipline teacher will definitely take the words from the other group of students saying that, hey, Raymond, yes, you're the one. So I hate it. So ever since I become a discipline teacher, I always listen to both sides story. I investigate until very detailed, then I move on. So sometimes in life, it's not a bed of roses. Just like I send something to you, all right, this one. Okay, hope that you can subscribe and support this YouTube. It's one of my friends' YouTube. And anyway, they are all Chinese one, Mandarin. And one of the video inside is the group of girl who is being kicking one of the girl inside. So humor is very important. 有时候你有听过这首歌吗？哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒哒，吵一声响，听过吗？于帆，可能我的声音有说错的，《笑傲江湖》听过哦？听过吗？我很喜欢那首歌。我真的很喜欢那首歌。When Xi Guangque wrote this lyrics, it's very meaningful. 笑傲江湖，笑看天空then just relax. Okay, thank you so much. Next, Edward cannot read, right? So, Han Ling, can you read the next one? Follow.
Follow a healthy lifestyle. Aim to exercise for about 30 minutes on most days of the week. You can also break it up into 10-minute chunks of time during the day. Exercise can positively affect mood and reduce stress. Follow a healthy diet to fuel your mind and body, and learn techniques to manage stress.
Okay. I want to say this. It's very sensitive and don't laugh. It's nothing funny. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yishu, can you hear me now? Because Yishu say cannot hear me. Can Yishu can hear me? Yishu, can you hear me?
Something.
Yishu, can you hear me?
He can't, and he's restarting from the room.
Thank you. I didn't see. I was looking at this. Surround yourself. let him come in. Okay, let's read on the next one. Who else? Ever cannot read? Can you surrender? Surrender.
Surround yourself with positive people. Make sure those in your life are positive. Supportive people you can depend on to give helpful advice and feedback. Negative people may increase your stress level and make you doubt your ability to manage stress in healthy ways.
Exactly. Last one. Who else? Yufan?
Practice positive self-talk. Start by following one simple rule. Don't say anything to yourself that you wouldn't say to anyone else. Be gentle and encouraging with yourself. If a negative thought enters your mind, evaluate it rationally and respond with affirmations of what is good about you. Think about things you are grateful for in your life.
Thank you. Okay, you should just came in. Now, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. You see, when we talk about a healthy lifestyle, we are talking about 30 minutes of exercise. Now, you see, children, later when you write your draft, like talking about stress, how to cope stress, do you know what is hobby, right? 嗜好, right, honey? Hobby also got good and bad, right? 对吗, Ivo? Good hobby means you play golf, you take sports like basketball, swimming, reading a books, jogging. Bad hobbies is like something like you smoke, you gamble, okay? Don't laugh, children. Don't laugh. Okay, we have discussed and the one student very jokingly, Uncle Raymond, watching pornography is also a hobby, right? To de-stress. Don't laugh. I say don't laugh. This is very serious. Because it happened before students like that. I think this is the one I hate most, is the Western cultures who you have this kind of mentality of freedoms. Honestly, I feel like it's disgusting and destroying humans' bodies. Okay, a normal sex is talking about a couple who copulates to give birth to a children, to babies. But we're talking about pornography or drugs or even taking bullying as a hobby or all these things, or inflicting injury on people to seeing that, some TikTok like to take a basket and cover somebody's face and run away. Right? And then they pretend that he did not, then you woke up with, yes.
I don't use TikTok.
I really find that this these type of people to get famous is in the wrong way. Okay, so don't even go to this kind of very unhealthy lifestyle. Okay, research has shown that if you indulge in this kind of unhealthy lifestyle, you're draining your brain, especially at your young age. Okay, if you go to Thailand, you got this the transvestite show, or the tiger show, or even in US got the striptease shows, or all these things, or the sex toys, whatever it is. This is a market that you use for people who are not being addiction because of some reason. If you're going to study sexuologies or some courses, you understand. Because if these people were to indulge to see people in pain and enjoy people for stripping, this is sadist already. And these kind of people will create crimes, which is example, molest and rapists. Okay? I'm talking as a policeman to tell you, don't. Anyone who share this, and don't forget, your IP is being tracked. If like say how to make a bomb, okay, don't. So my advice is indulge and have a healthy lifestyle to, like, for example, learn cooking. It's nothing wrong, children, to at your age to have a boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, nothing wrong, seriously. In my opinion.
Meanwhile, our parents on the polar side of Earth.
Sorry?
Meanwhile, our parents on the polar side of Earth.
Very hard. You mean your parents, not me? Okay, for me, in fact, when I was doing BGR, you know what's BGR, Yufan? Boy-girl relationship. 你要知道BGR stands for boy-girl relationship. There's nothing wrong if you like a guy. If you like a girl, I scared. Okay, it's called LGBT. If people like Han Ling or Tian Yu, I scared. If people like Esther or Yufan, okay. But if people like Edward and Yishu, then I have to counsel Yibo already. But again, this is a society we call LGBT, right? Right? All these things. It's very, very complicated. I think you're born in an era, it's getting more and more complicated, more things. My generation, if I were to like a guy or if a girl like a girl, it's a no-no, it's a taboo. It cannot really. Seriously. If a guy or suddenly have a sex book or pornography books bring to school or anything, good luck to that person. He will be expelled from school. But nowadays, you can Google it and type any damn thing in the website. I even got my ex-student, Yufan, can tell me which website to see. 他已经走火入魔了，Yufan。真的嘞，他真的要去开解，真的于博，他才不懂中2还是中1而已嘞。听
说好像是有一个疾病叫性成瘾的，这是存在的，就是你真的是没有办法控制自己的。
那就是说他从小学就已经开始这样了。那有时没有一波，他其实他是很乖的嘞，你看不出来嘞。可是他心里有很多障碍，可能他在家里 stress。有些抽烟他跟我讲，他 Primary 4就开始抽烟了。我在想他怎么抽，因为他父亲抽烟嘛，他有时偷他父亲的香烟去抽。You see？ But don't forget， 我问你他抽烟好过去吸白粉，对吗 ？To distress， you see？ 也是错吗？对吗？于凡 ，Esther agree not？ It's still wrong, right? But what to do？ 这些可怜的孩子，没有人去看他。They don't have a healthy lifestyle. They are being in the 所谓，你懂孟母三迁听过这句故事吗？孟母三迁，他搬家是为了孩子。So you see。I got these students, the whole family are taking drugs. He even tell me, sorry, uncle, can't be helped. What to do? So seriously, that's the next thing. Surround yourself with good friends. 所谓进驻 I like this sentence. 近朱者赤，近墨者黑. Even my Indian student, yeah, Uncle Raymond, you told me this story before. This white cloth, you dye it into black, you turn black. You dye it into red, you turn red. So meaning that, Uncle Raymond, correct me if I'm wrong, if you mix with the wrong company, you turn black as a bad egg. If you turn into red color, means good company, means you are learning good things. Of course, you see, you realize, children, sorry, no hard feeling. How many RI student of Hwa Chong or Catholic High or RV or Nanhua or Nanqiao or whichever school, how bad they are? I'm not saying your school is no good. I'm not saying Yishi, your school is no good, or Edward, your school is no good, or Tianyu, your school is no good. But do you realize neighborhood school got a lot of so-called family issue, 对吗，Yufan？对吗，Yufan？家家有本难念的经，不一定 Raffles 跟华中没有，可能他们更 stress。Do you realize? Do you know that a lot of children who is from IP or top school go and see psychiatrist in the IMH, 因为他们的压力更重。So how? I always tell my student, the last one, you have to tell yourself, today, from now on, children listen, Edward, Yishu, Esther, all of you listen serious. From tomorrow morning, you wake up. I always do that. 6 o'clock, I wake up, I do my prayer. I will say, today is a good day for you, Raymond. God bless my family and bless you, Raymond, to be safe and sound. Today, I'm going to do 3 important things. You don't come and say, today I want to shit 大便 and eat. 不要跟我讲这种废话. Today I'm going to meet my pretty girl. I want to see her and say hi.
Shit and 大便 is the same thing.
Shit and 小便讲错. Today I'm going to see my pretty girl, Yi Bo. Today I want to see my pretty boyfriend, Esther. Example, I'm just kidding. Okay? So this is not the way. We are going in to say, today I'm going to go to school. I want to complete all my homework. Okay? Yesterday I did not pay attention. I want to pay attention in class. The last but not least, when I go home, after school, I'm going to help my mother to do the chores. 我要帮她做家务. Then next day, you change another 3 things. So every day you have a positive thinking. Then 慢慢的 SSD, slowly, surely, and definitely, all your negative will be moved away. Agreed, I'll tell you. 对吗？你不要跟我讲today I want to eat cheeseburger, then I eat KFC, then I go 去拜泡泡茶. This is not your 3 objective, Yibo. You don't say, today I want to come back and play with my parents. I kick your backside, play with your parents. Okay? You should do this. Today I want to train my parents how to do difficult tricks. That is something of achievement. 对不对？ Right? You play your parents, imagine I'm your parent. 哎呀，我这个主人真无聊，整天跟我玩，都不要教我杂技，真是这个主人。哎呀，真是的，伤脑筋啊！一波 Okay? So maybe you can teach your parents to say some words or do some stunt, make it, who knows? You can put your YouTube, people look at you, you're famous already. 对吗? Do something that is positive. Do something that give you confidence. Do something that you feel good, that you achieve something, rather than do nothing. And then keep 所谓的守株待兔，做一天和尚敲一天钟. Not is this way. So now, for goodness sake, every morning when you wake up, I know you are very tired, go to school. While you, instead of looking at your handphone, all these things, maybe you say that, today, I don't want to touch my handphone. Today, I want to think of 3 vocab words, how to make sentence. Today, I find that my maths are not so excellent. I want to make it even better. How do I do the problem sum? How do I find the shortest way to conquer this maths problem sum? Think this way. By the time your exams come in October, your stress will be gone already. Agree or not? Can you? Agree or not? Yibo? Agree or not, Edward? Edward, you agree? Can you show me thumbs up if you agree, Edward? You sure you agree with me? Edward, can you hear me? Yes.
You showed the thumbs up already.
Thank you. Because I'm looking at the screen. Thank you, Han Ling, really appreciate it. Okay.
So that was some like motivational talk by Nick Vujicic or something.
No, because this month is stress. And I know I've been teaching thousands of students since my 7 years in MOE. And before MOE, I've been teaching. And now some of my students is already 30 plus. Okay. 30 plus already. Some are in doctors, lawyers, some even do what? No, do the K-pop when they come to Singapore, right? the G-Dragon, the BTS, Shiny, don't know what. They come to Singapore, he's supposed to do the sound system. Okay, he was the manager, the management of the sound system in the stage for the K-pop performance. And the brothers and sisters, one of them is a doctor, one of them is an accountant, and one of them is a lawyer, one of them is an accountant. And both of them come from Breakfast and Victoria. And where he come from? Serangoon Garden Secondary School.
Oh,
Okay, and the school, they are being categorized as a Pai Kia school, gangster school. You know it's gangster school, right?
literally every school that isn't like
exactly.
people
They
say it's a
definitely
good
got,
school, it's a gangster school. Like instantly.
Esther, every school also got sure got bad eggs, ma. And I never believe every school is a good school. Every school is unique. How can every school is a good school? If every school is good school, every school got a swimming pool already, got a laptop, everyone. In fact, you all have already. All school, all the classroom got aircon. But
Actually,
anyway,
schools have aircons in their classes, they just don't use it.
no, don't have. 医生有吗？
没有。
My classroom have aircon, but then because of COVID, we cannot use.
Yeah, exactly.
You mean every classroom got aircon?
Yeah.
No, the higher secondary classroom got.
I don't think there are any rooms in our school that are aircon. Maybe other than the science lab.
You mean your school, every classroom got aircon, honey?
Yeah.
Wow, you see? Esther, Esther same class with same school with Han Ling, so no need to ask Esther. Yifan, 你的 school 有没有 aircon 的每个 classroom?
You are children,
Yifan, 有吗？
Some normal classroom don't have. Yeah, but some classrooms have.
Okay, I see. So you see, where got fair? 这样不是哪里有一视同仁？要就每个有吗？为什么有些有，有些没有？ And then sometimes might be a good class, then they have the lousy, the last end of those any class or anti class. You think they have? I don't know. Okay, you want to have, everyone must have. That is fair. But anyway, this is live. We don't talk about it. Life is never fair to any one of us. So how to make it fair? You must treat yourself fair. You must think positive to be fair. Then 就是一样。A person who is walking admire a person who cycle. A person who cycle admire a person who have a motorcycle. A person who have a motorcycle admire a person with a car. A person with a car admire a person with a bigger car. A bigger car person admire a person with a yacht. A person with a yacht admire a person with a helicopter. A helicopter admire a person with a personal jet. Hey, yo. Okay, guys, look at your questions now. Take notes, children. The 6 of you, 7 of you. I'm going to break you into groups now. You got about 20 minutes to discuss this. Okay, have you taken already? Take down, Okay, you guys, honey. And you, Edward, Team A,
yes.
Study A, stress. Team B, Esther and Yufan, you will be talking about family. Team C, Yipo and Yishu, you go and look for one of the stress to talk. And when I go into your breakout room, I expect you to talk and discuss. I don't just sit quiet. Only Edward can only type. So Edward, you need to contribute, but you can type and share with the group. Okay, Edward? Right? All right, so I'm going to stop sharing now. I'm going to break up into your groups now. Ready? Okay, Yipo, hold on, Yipo. Yipo is Yishi, then Edward. Edward, please go to the room now. Esther, please go into the room. Edward, go to the room now. Wow, all come back already so fast.
I'm not done. You forced us back.
So fast. Okay. Team A, I will share screen to all. So you're going to present to everybody.
Sure, not done.
Never mind. Do what you can. Okay. I share screen already. So who is going to present? You, okay.
Yeah, it's going to. But let me finish this first.
Okay, so we have 3 minutes for presentation. Then team B.
Richard, are you presenting? Because I can't see.
I'm presenting.
Oh, no, I mean, are you screen sharing?
No, I share screen already. I share screen what? Correct not? Can you test out? Can not? Equal. Okay, all of you are here. So so team B and team C, you all are given 10 marks. So if you 1 to 4, you know it's failed. So 9 and 10 is a very excellent presentations. Okay. So 6, 5 is just okay. So 6, 7 should be well, can do, but there's still a lot of way to go. Points. 8 will be like very good already. If you got 8, it's very good. 9 and 10 is super good. All right. So after that, team B, the same thing. You all got 10. So will be each one will be given 40 marks, right? Because you got 2 times, so 40 marks. I'll say the passing marks, of course, is 20. All right. Ready? Han-Ling? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Okay, let's share your screen and present to the class, please. And you all have to listen.
All right, we have some no, don't look at this one first. Don't look at this one first. Yes. Well, I don't know how to do this, but okay. So this is our presentation.
Wait. I think to be fair to Han-Ling, you can read a few paragraphs, but by right, Tian Yu and Edward also have to present.
Um,
This is called teamwork. It's not just all Han-Ling present. We must be shared, correct, Han-Ling?
Yeah,
So maybe you
true.
say that after you finish the two slides, I will pass it to my team member, Tian Yu. Okay, but Edward, you can't use your mic, so okay, fair enough. So you
Wait,
contribute already. I
wait, but
believe you
Han-Ling,
contribute.
Han-Ling, when
Yeah.
I say, can you still keep the thing on?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay, thanks.
So for us, there are many different types of study stress that people regularly face. So like depression, a very general one that everyone knows about. It occurs when you can't reach like a certain goal and get depressed. Exam stress is also quite common because some people, when they go into exams, they feel nervous, they feel stressed. Like the parents want them to achieve a certain expectation and they're afraid they can't meet it. And there's also being not able to cope with a difficult topic. Like for example, I can't do, I don't know, electricity well, things like that. And physical health, this one's kind of obvious. There was like a bracket saying, what's it about in the sideline? Anyways, so like for depression is usually not caused by the studies itself because the studies itself won't cause depression. It's usually by external problems like in the family, financially, also caused by many different types of peer pressure. There are like a lot of peer pressure here, like in terms of not doing as well as your peers in exams, in studies, illegal activities such as drugs, alcohol, smoking. You'll be pressured to do this with your friends.
Well, one more to add on is you can say join gang, Han-Ling, gangsterism, join gang.
Gangsterism, all right.
All right. Okay, next one, not keeping up with game, yes.
Yeah, like this one is a very common in like your class, things like that. You want to be
It's a very
competitive.
modern peer pressures for the 21st century kids, student. Good. This one?
Like about exam stress. There's like worry about not meeting expectations, not just by your parents, but yourself, your friends. It's like quite common for some people like us to be competitive. And then basically this was underneath this. I wasn't done with this, so yeah.
Anything to add on for Han-Ling?
No, I'm letting Tian Yu speak for the rest. So yeah.
All right. All right, unable to cope up with difficult topics. So like, study stress and after you'll just fall behind topics and stuff. So first you are not grasping the certain ideas. So that's quite common, and struggling on certain question types that you don't understand. So most of them are just like you falling behind the topic by a lot or a little. And no, you're never gonna get an A math. I mean A+.
Okay.
And last one, physical. I think last one, physical problem. One, being too fat and you being insecure about your physical appearance.
Allow me to elaborate. Like for example, you have like a lot of pimples, like me. Like maybe your friends may ridicule you for like looking like that, but this is 2022. We don't judge. This kind of problem was very common like 2017, things like that. But this 2022, we don't judge each other. We only judge each other for being fat. No, don't take that seriously. All right, that's all from us. Thank you.
I think leave these slides here. Never mind. You took out the slides already. So anyway, where's the slide?
It's on the screen.
Yeah, on the screen.
I don't see it.
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. So being too fat will affect study is true because your focus and concentrations will definitely affect because when you stress, people tend to eat a lot to distress it. But inevitably and unknowingly that they might be into another issue problem. And as a result, they might not be focused because they may have breathing problems or things like that. And end up have to go and see checkup and do. As Esther and Ipo, I share with the team A, my previous school at 6:30, those very fat one have to run the parade square for 5 rounds before they start the school. 5 rounds, Esther, seriously, you find an issue? Seriously, they have to run 5 rounds, and then after that, they're done, they are really perspiring. They're really so hot, and then they are going to start the day with the morning session. Oh, I tell you, I don't know how. but that is the way the PE departments want them to do it so that they can keep themselves fit. One way is good, but some students say that they feel that very tired after that because they are fat already, so they cannot even concentrate and study. So there's always two sides of the coin. All right, thank you. You can unshare this. All right, so Team A done the presentation. Team B and Team C, I want Yishu to help me to record. Okay, Yishu 可以吗？Yishu 帮我哈。Okay, so Team B, how many marks do you think Team A should take? Come, we got not enough time already, so we're going to
Who is Team B? Who is Team C again?
Team B 是 Esther, Esther 跟宇凡 how many marks do you think you give Team A? Okay, you all discuss, so I don't want to waste time. Team B, can you do your presentation now? So 医师等一下帮我加起来哈。谢谢。Esther, who is going to present? In fact, both of you have to present.
Can I present the whole thing?
No, Yifan have to present also. Okay,
Because like
this is teamwork.
Anywhere.
Okay, just go and share the screen first.
We didn't type anywhere, so.
Oh, you didn't type in the Google Classroom, huh?
Yeah, we type in the chat box.
Oh, okay. Then you share with the class like that. Sorry, I'm waiting for the share screen. Okay, carry on.
So yeah, we got 4 points. The first one will be shifting house.
No, you must tell them what are you talking, your topic.
Oh, we are
SMA
talking about family stress.
Mm.
So like family stress includes shifting house because it's very tiring. And this the next point will be the comparison within the children or like within children and his cousin.
That one's like stereotypical Asian family.
Everyone?
Next one will be divorce stress. And the last one will be financial stress. Divorce stress is because the relationship between parents can affect the children. And this will like not be beneficial for their development. And yeah, that's basically about it.
Any more?
Awkward silence, question mark. This is
Any more serious, Esther and Yifan? I expect you all to maybe mention a bit, say, okay, why shifting house? Because maybe their parents own loan shark, they have no choice but shift house. Or maybe because they stay in a bigger house, right? Let's say they stay in bungalow or landed property. But because the father business crashed, or because they suddenly both parents are retrenched because of COVID-19, so they have to move from a landed property to a smaller house. So 很没有面子啊。有些人觉得他们从一个大房子 move to small houses, like it's very embarrassing and no pride. So that's one family stress, and then they start to argue and then start to get divorced and start to have siblings stress, things like that. So you have to do the pros and cons. And the divorce case, you know, right, because of people finance issue, or the father got extra girlfriend, the mother extra boyfriend, that kind of things. Why? Because the father always worked very late at night and did not take care of the family. But I see there's a lot of reason for that. So family stress, and then you have to say, how do we cope this family stress? We have to go right down, Esther and Yifan. Maybe you can share later on to the next, because whatever you have, guys, I expect you to put in the Google Classroom and share. So you should say that Esther and Yifan, you should say that they have to go to the family counsel. 有嘞，真的Yifan，在红帽桥跟我只知道红帽桥有这种所谓的 family counseling services
有的
FCS 有吗？
你去问CC 的人，他会告诉你在哪里。
你们要知道这些宝贝，因为这个将会影响到你们的 social study， 对吗？一波跟怡旭会跟你讲，对吗？一波。social study
我们还没提到那个部分，
一定会有的。应该 issue one 就开始了，一波issue one 就一定会有的。所以他们会讲到说，为什么 the family have to go counseling because they want to patch up Esther to prevent the divorce 啦。So sometimes they don't want the divorce because 一气之下 they're angry 嘛。 所以他讲离婚嘛。But actually they don't， 他也是爱来爱去啊 ，OK，yeah。
罗根确实比较离谱。
Okay.
Sorry,
so,
I'm embarrassed.
Okay. So you can say about something like the reason why they divorced because of finance, then they cannot cope. All the expenses used to have very big expenses last time. They maybe every week they go restaurant, every 6 months they go holiday, but now because of financial issue, their neighbor look down and they, Mr. and Mrs. so and so 都没有去 holiday 哟忘记你们没有工作没有钱。Wow, so you see the very this sometimes some neighbors are really
That
too
actually
much,
doesn't sound like Singapore.
There are people like that seriously. But
2022 we
majority
don't
do
judge.
that. Yeah, majority we don't do that. I think other countries yes, but Singapore, yes, I agree with you. 90% people will not talk like that. In fact, 我们会手腕相助，对吗？眼睛不如精灵啊。Okay, so Esther, you see got a lot of things to say. Thank you so much. Okay, back to the two boys. Team C.
I start first.
No, share no PowerPoint also
I think also. Yeah.
Okay, 不用紧来。That's why next time
PowerPoint.
That one is okay, it's okay. Next time when we have this one you get ready to type into the Google Classroom or Google Doc or Microsoft Words, because at the end of the day you're going to submit to the Google Classroom to share with the team. Correct now? That's the purpose, right? Carry on.
So we are talking about social stress. Social stress is
very
basically
yeah.
Social stress is basically stress that is due by your social environment so that you don't want to interact with them anymore. Right?
The them 是谁？
You know,
don't interact them with. Hello, Yishu, don't interact with them. 那个 them 是谁？ Who is the them?
Social environment.
No, you should say do not
social
interact
environment.
With people. Environment is very generic, very big. You saw social environments, for example, strangers, colleagues, classmates, schoolmates, or even CCA friends, or even your cousins or relatives. Okay? 要分门别类讲。Carry on. Carry on, issue.
So we know all stress have a reason. Three main categories. The first type, right, is several life changes that require people to deal with very quickly. For example, sudden injury or sorry.
You're doing very good. 不用紧. Now you understand now. You are going for good. 不是 sarcastic to you 不是在讽刺你，加油，你有那个勇气 remember? So now you're making yourself stress. Don't think of negative stress. Come on. So this is a 1112 now. You are preparing your stress and also talking about teamwork.
Okay, right. For example, sudden injuries or you can for example, sudden injury or the first time you experience bullying, that things and equation that cause you to adapt very quickly. You have to make the choice or decision at that point in very short time. Then this will cause you to want to avoid it. Right? When these kind of things happen, you have social stress and making you want to escape from the environment and don't want to make the decision, you know. And that's why when people see strangers are being bullied, usually they will just walk away because they have experienced social stress and they don't know what to do.
Very true. Very true. 逃避现实啊 running away from reality. Very true.
Then second things is things that require an individual to make adaptation over a more longer period of time.
Very true.
Like you still have a time limit, but it's very long. Like for a month, a few months or a year, about that. Like for example, like divorce or unemployment. Those are big problems.
Very
then
true.
Need you to decide over a long period of time. Then what is the same is when you have acquire this problem, you meet this problem, you will still, when you have social stress, you will still want to escape from the reality. But the difference is that now you can't. So this will make you more and more stressed. And that is probably a lot of the main reason of why a lot of people, they smoke, they drink, because they want to release their stress and they have nothing else to do, nothing good to do. Yeah, that's 2 points. Then the third point, I leave to Ibo.
Ibo, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
Ibo
well
is really
done.
confused right now.
Very good, very good. 很好，真的真的。Oh, this is the first time for teaching you so long. You talk a lot and good points. Very good. Well done, Yibo. Yishu 讲错。Yishu, thank you. Thank you, Yishu. Yibo, back to you. Well done, Yibo. Yishu.
Yishu, I think I lost the third point. Wait. Wait, Yishu, I go find
Daily hazards.
Oh, which one?
Daily hazards.
Wait, but I can hear.
Daily hazards. 日常小事. Yeah.
It's like 80 houses. That's what it sounds like you're saying. That's what I'm hearing, anyways.
Sorry, can you repeat? I didn't hear.
Say it slowly.
Daily hazards.
Daily hazard. What? But just type it on the chat, bro.
The hustle 每天
daily
要经过
hustle.
daily 就是每天。
日常小事。
So basically, right? Like, yeah, basically, if you like, so I'm gonna view it from different perspective. For example, you're a student. Every day you go to school, the teacher scold you, the teacher tell you things, the teacher like teach you, and then like after the lesson, okay, like you think you're free, but then homework throw at you, wow, stress. And then that little stress, right, slowly like builds up over time. And like, and even if you're an adult, right, the stress from work will also slowly build up every day. And like, it's not just work. It's like small things in life that could also happen. For example, oh no, I forgot to bring my key out. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't lock my door. Oh no, I didn't water my plant. Yeah, all those little stress build up, and like, it causes like what you shouldn't have mentioned, right? Like when you see someone being bullied or something, right? Like you experience social stress, you don't know like what to do, what to help. It's like it's caused by those little stress that build up like each day that causes you to panic because you have your own problems to worry about, and like you like so-called can't be bothered or can't like help other people with their problem, and thus that is social stress.
Yeah,
that was a pretty detailed explanation, not gonna lie.
Very good. Yes,
but
I
like,
think the students is like relating to a real humans adult working in the office. When suddenly the boss throwing 他要回家了，要跟家里的人吃饭。Then suddenly the boss say, hey, this is the last project. You must complete by tomorrow morning. So of course the poor father have to work overtime. No, and then call the wife, sorry guys, you have to eat. But today is your son's birthday there. You promise him to come back and eat. But you see, if you go back to eat and celebrate the son's birthday, next day you'll get fired by your boss. So this kind of social stress office is social. That means it's not got to do with like not social responsibility. It involves family already. Esther, you see, this one is also another way of issue already. Okay, and then also study stress because the son cannot study because he's waiting for the father to come back to celebrate birthday with him. So now because the father has to work overtime, though he cannot study, also study stress. So family. So you see, all these three are related. So thank you so much. Team A, Esther, how many marks do you think you should give Team A just now? Quick, hurry up. 9:40.
Give us good marks when.
I didn't see the mark coming in, sorry. Where is the mark? Did you type in anything? No, there's nothing there. Let me check. Okay, what's the mark, please? Hello, Esther, can you please hurry up? The two of you discuss already.
I'm the marks in chat or something.
I didn't see the marks coming. How about Team C? How many marks do you think you should give Team A? Issue is recording, so hurry up, please. Edward, you can also suggest to your team later.
I can just say out loud. I easy to type.
Okay.
Sure not.
Can.
About
Team A, how many marks?
7 to 8. About,
okay, you must give me a
7 to 8. 7 to 8. Sure.
Yeah, I give reason. I give reason. Because firstly, got PPT very nice. What? Sorry.
7 or 8?
7.5.
Okay, 7.5. Okay, thank you. How about Team B? Equal, you agree with issue, huh? Equal, you agree with issue.
I put 8.
Huh? What 8?
I sent you already.
8 for who? 8 for Team A, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, so we average.
Okay, how about Team C?
7.75.
Okay, you all must record. So 7.5 plus 8 is 15.5.
Yeah, 7.75. That's our average.
So how many marks? So 10, 20. Okay, so total is 20 marks. So you got 15.5 over 20. Sorry, not 40 marks. So Yibo, you agree issue for giving 7.5. So Esther gives 7 marks for Team C. So Team A, how many marks do you give for Team C?
She gave 8.
No. Esther gives Team C 7 marks. How about Team A?
Wait, let me think. I don't know. If I'm not wrong, in the presentation, they mentioned a very good point about social stress, so I'd say 8.
Okay, so Team C got 7. Team A, wait. Esther, you give Team C 8 marks. Yes? 7.
No, for Team C is 7.
Okay. Then the 8 marks is for Team A lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you all must record your own marks. Responsibility. So, okay. Team A, how many marks will you give Team B? Team C, how many marks will you give Team B? Everyone, please also support.
7.5, I'd say. Needs a bit of improvement.
7.5 for Team B. Thank you. How about Team C? How many marks will you give to Team B?
Ibo, what you choose? I choose 7.
I guess 7 as well.
Yeah,
okay,
7.
so Team B got 14 upon 20, right? 14.5. Okay, thank you. And how about Team A? Team A got how many? Team A won by Team C by 0.5 marks. And Team B also very close to Team C. Well done, the three groups. Okay, well done. So this will be your homework, children. Okay, by right, this homework that you all done already, just put in the Google Classroom, and then of course submit this homework. This homework here, just now you all read already. This homework, okay, and then also this homework here, you're supposed to submit by putting 2 preposition into one sentence. We total 7 sentences only. 7 sentences only. So if you cannot complete, then sorry, this is February homework. Okay, so I will chase you again. Okay. Okay, where's my... Okay, guys. All right. So thank you so much for today. Very it's interesting, exciting, and thrilling exercise. You guys taught me a lot of things about what stress in study is all about, and stress in family. And I like the last one is stress in social. Very good example. I think all of us agree. Yipo give a very grand finale of the whole entire. And Yishi, really, 我真的不是讽刺你，我真的是要夸你啊！在这么久1年多了哈，我第一次真的洗耳动听的你读整个，虽然你很紧张 ，I don't say you are stressed 啊， you are very excited. Yeah, you got a lot of points to say, but you don't know 从头开始。That means you lack the planning. So it's good for this platform for you issue because this is not the first and the last one. I think all of you agree, right? Tian Yu and Edward and Yifan, you agree, right, Yifan? Okay, those of you who will present today, those of you who are not present will be given a chance next time. Okay, must be fair. Everyone must have a chance to present. So Tian Yu done a good job also. Very good, very lively, very relaxed. So Yishu, this is not the first and the last of your presentation. You are more to come in your life. True or not, Yishu? Definitely. No, one day, maybe your son graduated already, then he wants you to give a speech. Or maybe your son married already, then 老爸，请你来台上讲几句话给亲戚朋友们听。You see? So you never know. In your life, you are going to stand up in front of everyone to give a talk. So it's a good platform now, slowly and surely, to develop your confidence. And I like Yishu, you know, okay, I know I'm a bit lost. I did not copy this one. Maybe I copy, but it doesn't make sense. Let me give me a few seconds to fine tune it and do it. This is one way. Okay, like if any idiot will tell you Yishu or anyone say, hey Yishu, 你不会 present 不要 present 走开啦，你 waste my time. You just laugh at him away. That's all. But good people, like you see, I like the Yipo. You see, when Yishu was presenting, Yipo was wow, good. That is really a friend in need. Is a friend indeed. 难兄难弟. Very good. I'm really proud of these two of you. Well done. Well done. Okay.